Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie Saunderson, and this is the third part of the little mini series I've created called Getting Out of Your Own Way. And this came to me on a day where, as I said in the first video, that I could have thought about it and I could have stopped myself. I could have, waited for a day where I felt more energy and gotten more dressed up. But I feel that part of this message is coming through because it's something that I've also been practicing a lot. And we've already been through two previous videos that describe part of what we want to recognize and kind of review our relationship with. And the first one was perfection, right? Our relationship and our standards of perfection for ourselves. The second one is comparison. So who we kind of anticipate or hold ourselves up against, or who we want to emulate or look like, right? If we want to create something similar to someone around us, and how we are either, supporting the people that we see or judging ourselves against. And this third piece is probably one of the most important pieces, and that is to start, to take action. And I'm going to even suggest that you start before you feel completely ready. And I say that without wanting to set anybody up to move things forward a little prematurely, because you honestly are the best guidance in this particular arena. You know in your gut, in your heart, and what's going on in your life when it's conducive to growth or taking on something new, or taking on something extra, or putting some energy into, a big change you want to see happen. But if you don't take action towards it, then all of this is theory, which is fantastic to understand. But the real test, the real kind of products and results show up when you take small actions towards that goal. So there's several different areas of life that I'm kind of referring to, but I think this applies pretty across the board. If you want to make a career change, or a fitness goal, or start a relationship, make more money, or anything that basically evolves you, which means evolves your life. If you want to evolve a part of yourself, then you can be in the belief, and it's kind of promoted these days, that you do all this work to get ready, right? So you might do the business plan, you might get the funding, you might do the business outline, you might get all the systems in place, you get all the apps. Or in a relationship, you do the inner work, you do the therapy, you feel good about yourself, you spend that time kind of working through any past issues that might show up that you learned from other relationships. But the thing is, if you don't then take the step forward, right? If you don't take the actions to actually see what the waters are like by going to somewhere new to meet a few people, or possibly setting your website up online and starting to add to it, promote your business, right? So those action steps are so necessary, not because you need to know and have it all mapped out, but because without those action steps, you're not going to get the feedback from the universe around which steps are in the right direction for you, right? So here's an example. If you are starting a business and you have a friend who has a fairly successful business, it's a different industry, let's say, but they've been through the similar steps that you've just set up, right? And so they might give you advice around what your next steps are. If you do not make those steps, you're never going to learn from the feedback that happens next if it was the right step for you or not going to work for you. Just because it works for somebody else isn't necessarily the case that it's going to work for you. And this is really important. When you get out of your own way, you're starting to take self-responsibility for the fact that you do have a very unique desire or vision that you're wanting to bring through. And so you can learn a lot from replicating other people's success, but I guarantee you, you will hit a point still where you're going to have to get out of your own way there too, right? To really create something new in your life, you can only really rely on other people's work because at some point it might not work for you. And this is what I have discovered personally that has been really shifting the way that I show up. When you get out of your own way, it not only means that you don't need to have everything figured out, but if you don't show up, then it's very difficult to understand what's going to work for you and what isn't. What happens 3 steps into your business might change the whole trajectory of the rest of your business. Because all of a sudden you realize, oh, I thought I had these clients, but actually these clients showed up out of nowhere. I had no idea that they would be interested in what I'm doing. And so you can see that it's really important in any kind of work that we do, any development work that we do. I'm a bit of a nerd for learning, and I'm a bit of a nerd for reflection in a good way. But if I was to just create videos about theory, I wouldn't actually be showing myself or embodying the work the same way, right? And that's why this channel has this combination of not only the yoga practice and different types of yoga practice, but also the actionable steps that the yoga practice might ask you to take next off your mat. And getting out of your own way, it's amazing to feel really powerful and centered on your mat. But the whole point of yoga is to actually take that work and take that presence and take that quality of you out into the rest of the world. And when we do this, we're not only just acting on our own behalf and our own betterment to enjoy a more expansive life, whatever that looks like, we're also actually sharing that expansion with other people around us. I hope this was helpful to you in some way on your own journey. I'd love to hear some comments below. Let me know how you've been going, what you've been learning on your own journey of getting out of your own way. And if you love these videos, please do support the channel, subscribe below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.